Hey there guys, Devlon of TBI here coming at you with a deck update. This is a deck update of course, my Dual Dragon deck post Exit 3 Overturn Thunder Empire. The deck didn't really get that much upgradation. It just got like one card and then some generic item and generic spell and that's it. So, not really much. I mean, the Danger support for Exit 3 was basically put brushed down onto dual golems, which I do have a dual golem deck, but I'm just waiting for something so I can show you that later on. But yeah. This is the updated Dual Dragon deck. Of course, the buddy is Orange and Fighting Dragon Demongodol. If you don't know what he does, he's a size 1, 2, 2, 2. When he enters the field, I get to search my deck for a Demongodol monster and add it to my hand. And if he's in the soul of a Demongodol monster, that monster gets plus 2,000 power and defense. So, pretty good card. Key card for the Demongodol deck. Starting off with the size airliner, we got 2 copies of Throwing Dragon Negokura. Throwing Dragon, I'm just gonna call him that. 1/1 for stats. If I have 3 or less life, he gets critical +1, and at the end of the battle he attacks, he returns to my hand. So really good card. Just for that extra, he just goes in for that extra poke that I might need to like end the game and stuff like that. So yeah, 2 copies. Next up, we got 4 copies of 8th Omni Dual Dragon Spiritos. He's a 2/1/2. What he does is act, I pay 1 gauge. If I do, put him from the field into the soul of another Dual Dragon on my field. If he's in the soul of a Dual Dragon, that Dual Dragon gains Penetrate. So really good. Giving Penetrate option to any of my Dual Dragons, because Penetrate is actually is pretty relevant in the meta right now. So really nice. 4 copies. Starting the size 1 lineup, we got 3 copies of Return of the Demon Dragon Ikaruga, 4/2/2/1 for stats. When he enters the field, I put the top card of the deck into my gauge, and if I have 5 or less life, I put another card from the top of my deck into the gauge. So at 5 or less life, he gives me 2 gauge. At 6 or more life, he gives me 1 gauge on enter. So pretty decent there for that gauge excel, because this deck does somewhat use gauge. So really nice, and he's a 2 crit size 1. So yeah. And of course, we got 4 copies of the buddy. Nothing to really talk about here. I just told you about him in the beginning of the video. Yeah, 4 copies of Origin. All right, now getting to 4 copies of the newest member of the Demongodol deck. We got Thunderbolt Fighting Dragon Demongodol. He's the brand new Demongodol we got from the new set. He's really good. He's amazing actually. He's the best Demongodol we got so far. He's pay 2 gauge. Well, he's put on top of a Dual Dragon or Thunder Empire monster and pay 2 gauge. Basically, he has the Demongodol effect. Basically, redirect all attacks towards him, and he has the counteract. Choose an item on my opponent's field and discard a card from my hand. If I do, rest or destroy that item. He has Soul Guard and counterattack. What I love about this one is I don't have to wait for them to attack. I can do it at any time at counter speed, as long as I can just pay the cost, which is discard a card. So he's really good. He helps the deck out a lot. 7/2/5 for stats, so he has really good stats, and he's 2 gauge, unlike Demongodol Arc, who's 3 gauge. So really amazing card. I'm really glad we got this. Next, we got 3 copies of the Impact Demongodol. He's still a really good card to play. He's 8/3/5 for stats. Call cost is pay 2 gauge up on top of a Dual Dragon. He has the Demongodol ability. I don't have to explain it. I already explained it with Thunderbolt, which is the redirect ability. Counteract during the battle in which my opponent attacks with more or more items. I can discard a card from my hand. If I do, destroy all those items. So guard and counterattack. So he's the older one. So he's one of the ones that you have to wait for them to attack with the items. Unlike Thunderbolt, who does it automatically at any time he wants. So yeah. That's why I only play 3 copies of him, because he still got that ability. But he does have 3 crits, so damage output if I need to like go in for game and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty good card. 3 copies of Gorgic Joe. Starting up the spell lineup, we got 2 copies of Dangerous Resi. Basically, at the end of my battle, at the end of my attack phase in general, I can pay gauge, put the top card of my deck into the soul of a monster on my board. Well, into the soul of a card on my board, my bad. But I mostly use it for Demongodol, since giving him more soul is nice, since he has Soul Guard and counterattack. He chump blocks everything and just counterattack things back, so really nice. So 2 copies of Dangerous Resi. Next, we got 2 copies of Demon Slate Battle Aura Bind. This is another brand new card. So it is cast cost pay 1 life, counter, rest a card in my opponent's field that has critical less than or equal to the critical of my weapon. So Danger World has a rest card finally. That doesn't have to be used from generic. So yeah, 2 copies of Demon Slayer or Battle Aura Bind. Next, 3 copies of Annealing Spirit. We should all know what this card does by now. This card is as old as Dust itself. Armor reuse clone, that's all I have to say. 3 copies of on the same boat as a Hazard's Dragon, or what I like to call it, Steamboat Willie. But pay 1 life for the top card of the deck to the edge, put a monster into the soul of an item or monster on your board. So basically this is used for to put Origin Demongodols back into the soul of Demongodol if like they were taken out or I never got any in the soul to begin with. So really amazing card, helps keep an Origin in the soul. Really nice. 3 copies. Next, I play 3 copies of Burst Deity Calling Ritual. Of course, Danger World's main draw spell. That's still their main draw spell to this very day. That's generic. So pay gauge in life, draw a card if I have a weapon equipped, draw an additional card. Pretty much. So yeah, 3 Burst Deity Calling Ritual. 3 copies of the oldest Danger World card in the game, Battle Spirit Unite. That's still used, that is. Battle Spirit Unite. Really amazing for this deck. Choose a monster on my field, and for this battle, give it defense or power equal to the power of my weapon, and counter attack for the turn. For the turn, people. So really nice. Next up, we got 4 copies of Demon Slate Barrier. This is basically a nullifier in this deck at this point. So I can only cast this card if I don't have a monster center, and one or more of my cards is about to be destroyed. One of those cards is made in the field. So basically, hit Demongodol, cast this, remains on the field, counterattack. It says so it's technically a nullifier at that point. So yeah, 4 copies of Demon Slate Barrier. Next up, we got 4 copies of Battle Aura Circle. Basically a basic nullifier for Danger World since the beginning of the game. That's all I have to say about it. So yeah, 4 Battle Aura Circles. Now for the item lineup, I play 4 copies of Descending Ruinous Deity Dragon Lord. It's a 4/2 weapon. Quick cost is 1 gauge, and when it attacks and deals damage to my opponent, I put the top card of the deck into my gauge and gain 1 life. So one of the only forms of life gain in this deck, along with Buddy Gift. So pretty decent card, pretty solid. And the new item on the deck, Eradication Spear Sky Pierce. I'm in love with this card. Even if I can't use it effectively in this deck, I still like this card for its indestructibility. So 7/2 for 2 gauge. This card cannot be destroyed nor returned to hand by my opponent's card effects. And when I gain life, I put the top card of the deck into my gauge, and for this turn it gets double attack. It's only getting that ability if I Buddy Call at this point, because no other card in this deck gives me life like that. I only played for the indestructible effect, and the fact that it's 7k power, so it can hit walls, which is really nice. Because some walls are starting to get some decks are starting to get their walls right there, here and there. So yeah, try to hit those walls and have a weapon that basically they can't touch. So yeah, Eradication Spear Sky Pierce. So I hope you guys enjoyed that deck profile. As always, this is Devlon TBI. Like, comment, subscribe for more Buddyfight content. One thing I want to say here is this is mostly a fun deck. If I try to use this competitively, I will get stomped. I will admit that I will really get stomped. So yeah. So there you go, Demongodol deck for you guys. This is Devlon TBI going out. Later, guys.